Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to Wizdom Dropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy astrology. My name is Tonia, and today, I hope the wind isn't too bad for y'all. We're talking about why I don't recommend you get what everybody out there is trying to tell you to get right now. And this is my second video on this topic, the topic that shall not be named for the sake of internet censorship. My first video was so real that they were just like, oh, fuck no, we can't be having this vibration of truth up on the internet. And they took it down. So if you're somebody out there who's trying to not be turned into a zombie, this is my little thoughts in the best attempt at code that I can bring you, because I just speak, like, my Mercury is in Scorpio, fun fact, so I just speak the truth, and sometimes people can't deal with that. So neither can the algorithms or whatever the filters they put us through. So how do we put this? I don't recommend you do it. I don't think you should do it. What are you trying to prevent? This is my opinion. You can take it or leave it. You got to do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? No judgment either way. And sometimes the risk reward ratio is a certain type of way where you feel you take a choice and it's what you do, and respect to you if that's you. But with all that said, and I do not believe you should do this. I think it's going to zombify the shit out of the population even worse than we already have with 5G. And I'm talking about CV, if that's the new slang out here on the YouTube streets, them YouTube streets. No, but for real, like 5G, man, let's talk about it. Thought is energy. Let's start there. Einstein, Albert Einstein, groovy ass dude. That's how you say Einstein in German, by the way. Einstein, like one Stein, whatever a Stein is. But, he said thought is energy, and he proved that. You feel like he definitely proved that. That's the thing. So don't do it, because thought is energy. Internet is therefore also obviously energy. The whole reason we're talking about a generation of technology, is that it's a vibration, it's a resonance, it's literally a frequency change that changes your experience of internet, you feel. So if thought is energy and internet is energy, then what does it do to one's body when they take in a different genetic program? And this gets into where I gotta watch all my words and this, that, and the other. But what happens when you change your structure of your DNA? You understand? And when you take in anything that is supposed to prevent your body from reacting a certain type of way, what you're doing is changing that response at a very basic level. It's like pre-cellular level, right? You're changing something in that coding process. So if we put all these pieces together, the introduction of this high-speed internet all across the world at a rapid pace, that all went down right smack dab when this happened, 2019, 2020, right? It was like a prequel almost. It was like a one foot dropped and then the other, boom. So, a little bit of critical thought, a little bit of historical reference, a little bit of living in the 21st century world, not being, blind to everything with the wool pulled over my eyes. Our third eyes are open with some drops, you feel. With that said, all that put together, all these puzzle pieces in front of me, it's clear to see what the agenda is here. The agenda is to definitely dumb down the population and make us all subservient to whatever the hierarchical structures, the monarchy, right, dressed up as capitalism, democratic republic, my arse. We ain't no republic of democracy. We are very much so ruled by a few people as a globe, okay? And so, as a nation and as a but that's just that we're not. And that's what we're talking about, is remaining sovereign in this. So I don't recommend you give them another step to infiltrate your internal programming system. I don't think that that is a wise choice. I personally am not going to do that. When I am meant to pass, I will pass. I do wear a mask in public, as you can see here, out of respect for other people, not when it's an outside environment, unless I sense or otherwise observe that person feels tense. I'll make extra distance between us. But generally, I don't you know, I'm not one of these people who's going to be outside on my bike in a mask. I'm not one of these people who's going to be perpetually masking around others as you know, as long as they don't have a sensitivity to that. I think there's something to be said about being like considerate, because up until fairly recently, my grandmother was incarnated in the physical still, you know, and I did a video on that if you want to watch it and hear more about that. But like, I was respectful of her in that regard, that I always wore a mask around her, you know, even though she didn't really feel the need per se. But like, this is the type of situation I'm talking about. Like, people got grandmothers out there, so I try to be aware of that. People have their own health issues out there, I try to be aware of that. But I'm not going to be a cog in a system that's trying to dumb down my critical thought. You understand? I know what the fuck is going on. It's a bunch of bullshit. There's a bunch of multi-billionaires out there pulling some strings. It's called the 1% people. Wake up, occupy, anybody. And, you know, there's a spiritual awakening happening, and they can't stop the progression of that. But this whole thing that I'm talking about, this whole thing I'm encouraging you not to do, is gonna, you know, it's inevitable that we win. Light always wins. The sun always comes up every day. You understand? Not that the moon is evil, but you understand what I'm saying. So I think that this, the resurrection of truth and awakening it's here. They can't stop it, but they're trying to slow it. They're trying to minimalize what we can do, but it's happening. It's beyond that. So the more of us who walk in our power and walk in trust and the energy of trust and the energy of acceptance, the more that we can overcome, you know. And it's like, it's day to day. I feel you. It's not easy. I'm not just like this ideal and I don't know shit about the challenge of it. There's a definite challenge, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta just be strategic and be diligent and be in a routine of spiritual practice, and whatever that means for you. I can do more videos on that if you want to hear more. But, you know, meditate, sit with a tree, go on a walk, do the yoga, take a breath. That's me. I gotta remember, take a breath. You know what I'm saying? Like, just breathe. So, you know, I hope this video served you. If it did, hit that like button, everybody. To those of you looking to learn astrology, we got a course popping off. It starts in May. And if you want to learn, you better be there, be square. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, thank you for all the support. Leave me like a frog if you saw that, so I can laugh really hard later. And with that said, thank you for everybody who likes this video, comments, subscribes, all that jazz. Through next time. Until next time, may the stars be